Hello and welcome to EarthStar Talk, episode 19. I was asked why spiritual workers are not always perfectly healthy. Why do they get sick too? Why are they not like Superman and Superwoman, always strong and always super powerful? Well, that's because we are living in duality. When a spiritual person, soul, comes into this world, we are abiding by the laws, rules, and regulations of the three-dimensional realms. Yes, as a spiritual inclined person, you have the possibilities to learn techniques where you can heal yourself faster. One of the techniques I'm using is about golden light, to let the divine golden light flow into my body and specifically into the areas of my discomfort or dis-ease. And then I'm also asking, what would my heart or my liver or my kidneys or whatever it is in me which is dis-eased need right now to function best? For example, I put the hand on my heart and ask, what part do you need in frequency to function your best? And I ask then in color frequency, because color frequency is the best way. It's neutral, it's not judgmental, and we can send it also not just into our body, but also into other people's body without retribution if we ask previous permission. So if I ask what color frequency would make my heart feel and be and function its best, certain things come to mind, and then I envision them flowing through me and through my feet into the ground like roots, cleansing and clearing all that which is dysfunctional in my heart, and then finding a different light beam to go around the heart and almost like anchor it to the heart and let it flow. I kind of like tie it up there and let it flow as long as my heart needs that healing frequency. There are many devices these days which support this. Biofeedback instruments can do a similar job, but we can be our own biofeedback instrument by asking and trusting our higher self. In this regard, the spiritual inclined people have a little bit an advantage, but ultimately, you still, when you're conscious, you do not snip on a finger and you're miraculously healed. However, with your belief, like Jesus said, your belief helped you heal. Here it is the same way. If we believe that we can have the power to create ease where before dis-ease has been ruling, then it definitely is a faster track to bringing dis-ease into ease. Now, why we are not Superman and Superwoman? Again, we are in the duality of things, so we have to abide by those rules. And we have pollution in the air. We have, things in the soil which are not conducive to our well-beings, environmental factors, emotional factors, social factors, which bombard a intuitive and highly sensitive being as much, if not even more, than a normal person who's not so spiritually aware or inclined. Does it make us more vulnerable? No, but more sensitive. That means we can sense things which are in dis-ease in our body faster. Sometimes we even might feel them coming on while they are not in physical form yet, but they're still in the emotional form or thought pattern form or ether form, because it goes from the etheric form before it materializes into the physical form. Anybody who has learned Reiki or other healing modalities will know about that too. That's one of the first things we learn, that it goes from the spirit form, from the thought form, from the mental form, and energy form into their physical form. So first the pattern of something is there, and then it will manifest into the physical form. So knowing that, we can do the reversal work from the physical and point to something which ails us, and then going the reverse, putting energy back in to lift this easement pattern and bringing in the easement pattern. If we are thinking about a diseased organ, we can then with our mind power put the envisionment or visualization of that organ at ease and overlay it into the diseased area, and so furthering their health practice. Yes, thought creates form, creates the reality. And a spiritually inclined person might work with this more than a non so spiritually inclined person. But it does not mean that we are not vulnerable to our environment. We are vulnerable to our environment as much as anybody else. But we can transmute and transform these energies maybe a little bit easier. However, when you do not treat your physical body like a temple of spirit, which we need to nurture and cherish, and you're going over the bodily needs, then yes, the body is easier to and prone to diseasement. So mostly you see the most healthy people, the ones who move, do yoga and other practices, breathe deeper and bring oxygenation to their body, bring movement to their body, instead of somebody who, like me, sits all day long on a chair doing stuff. So the normal cause and effect is still at play in a person's body, whether they are spiritual or not spiritual. But me, for example, who am sitting all day long from early morning hours to the late evening hours, as I do not cherish my physical body enough, I have to do some mental counteracting so that my body is not worth off. And in that regard, I work a lot with energies, which I do anyway, any day and every day, for others and for myself. So does that make me a superhuman? Absolutely not. Does it make other people superhumans? Absolutely not. Of course, there are people who put all their focus on health and their well-being. That's awesome. And of course, such people will go, because they put so much energy into their car, so to speak, will achieve awesome results. People who put their energy, gasoline, into many cars and many projects and many things, so to speak, car as a symbol of things, then we can only go so far. So it is an energy perception thing too. Now, a spiritual person, if they're so inclined, can draw in extra energy from above and then project it out to other people or to them oneself. While maybe a not so spiritually inclined person does all the right things but feels easier drained. Against energy drainage, there are also exercises one can do. For example, building up an energy field, which can also be done with the golden light meditation. Energy fields, energy buffers, energy projections, white light, golden light meditation are definitely foundational elements to keep us healthy and keep us strong in this demanding and more demanding world. There's one other thought here. Our planet raises its vibration continuously now, and it's going faster and faster in the spinning, and therefore vibrationally the heart's frequency of this planet is rising. What that means for us and our body is that this easement will come easier to the surface, or these harmonies will be easier noted. like energetically here, we can see it in political things and other things. There's so much disharmony, and it's now easily notable because it gets, we are made more and more aware of what is not working. Before, we might have been asleep and we had no interest in political things, but now we are wide awake. Same thing with our body. Before, we might have said, oh, it will work itself out. But no, now all of a sudden we might have what I would call ascension pains. That means we have more aches and pains than usual. We have more dreams than usual. We sense disharmonies faster than usual. That's part of this ascension process, because we need to be more mindful of our harmony of things. And even though more spiritually inclined people are not the supermen and superwomen of this world, they have maybe an inner understanding of the mechanics to make things more harmonious in their environment and also in their physical form. They might, when there are stress scenarios, keep more focused, or instead of doing just one thing, can do many different projects at the same time with good success, because they have learned to think multidimensionally instead of just linear and focusing on one thing. So there's things to be said about ignoring all this and just living 3D. Material world, money's everything, relations are everything, partying is everything, just living the high life in the here and now is everything. Something set for that, because joy is definitely a moon booster on all levels. Joy is the most accelerator of health. So when you do something joyful, you will definitely boost anything and everything good in you at that moment in time. Same as kissing with love, not just forced kissing or just a peck on the cheek. Really sensual kissing can stimulate the whole body top to bottom. I'm not a medical person, so I cannot tell you all the details. What exactly does which endocrine system and with which organ and which nervous system, however it works. But also meditation works. When you connect with your divine design, when you connect with your divine blueprint, and you keep that energy up, you might get less diseased. You might stay stronger longer. You might feel happier in most adverse circumstances. And yes, if you consider that a superpower, I would say it is definitely one. To stay in equilibrium is not always easy in these upcoming times. So I would recommend everybody to check what brings me into peace. What brings me into harmony? Is it maybe a walk with shoes off to ground me and connect me with nature so that I can reconnect with my own nature? Or is it just take a 5 to 7 minute break and let my vision glide into nothingness? Or maybe is it a video with some beautiful pictures floating around or some glorious celestial music? There's so many wonderful YouTube producers of high resonance vibrational videos and music. It's awesome. That could boost your immune system too. Or is it just not to give yourself over to stress and just do anything which relaxes you? Some people don't even know anymore what relaxation is because they're always on the go, always doing it and shaking. So it can be worth the while to step a step back and just let him loose and relax. So whatever it is, what relaxes you can be your new superpower too, because relaxation is key to processing and receiving information from the divine design up there, which is always in connection with you. But the question is whether you can feel the connection with it or with the whole globality of things, the source, God, the divine energy. And definitely to connect with the master plan up there, with this divine intelligence flow, meditation can do that for you. Let's talk a moment about meditation. What meditation is there? There's transcendental meditation. There is guided meditation. There is walking meditation. There's just staring into nothingness, zoning out meditation. Just try out what's right for you without judgment. Try sitting still, focusing on a mantra, or listening to a mantra while somebody chants in the background and you're just following suit. Just do a little walkabout in nature and pay attention to the sounds, pay attention to your feeling, apropos feeling. It's always good to know what's going on with you. And oftentimes we do not know what we're feeling anymore. So you might ask yourself, stop a second, what am I feeling right now? Do I feel disgruntled, angry, happy, joyful, anxious? And when we put a label on our feeling and differentiated our feeling and discerned our feeling, and then we said, well, what triggered this? And then we can work with the trigger. Because oftentimes diseasement, physical diseasement, is a cause of the first trigger of an emotional response to something. Lots of disease are emotionally sponsored. And so when we are aware of our emotional status, we can counteract certain diseasement. Taking the heart, if you say, oh, my heart is broken, or this person broke my heart, or this breaks my heart, or this breaks my heart, guess what? You are working your way towards possible heart attack. Or I had a good girlfriend of mine, she said, oh, this person gave me a big neck. It's hard to translate from German. She always said, das gab mir einen dicken Hals. That gave me a thick neck. And then she got thyroid problems and got, artificial growth in the neck area because she was constantly saying each time something aggravated to her, it gives me a big neck. You see where I'm saying, right? So pay attention to what you're saying sometimes about negative emotions leading then to negative things at your body. Or when you're saying, oh, this person made me sick, or this situation made me sick. When you're saying that to yourself, pay attention, because that's exactly what will do it. That's exactly what will make you sick. Not only you saying, but maybe also the person. So be mindful what you're telling yourself, because you give yourself constantly information about how you react to your environment. And do you react to your environment in a positive way or not so positive way? Here comes the shielding again. If you love yourself for who you are, with your strengths and your weaknesses, then other people's button push and go right through you instead of being in your system like a fishhook and working its way into your system and creating some more disease. And in that, more spiritual inclined people with their mindfulness practice can definitely circumvent some problems in their lives. So mindfulness practice is just paying attention. What's going on? What I'm feeling? What am I thinking? It's not second guessing. It's just paying attention what's there. And maybe even one layer deeper, what causes it? And my all-around remedy is to counteract these frequencies, to say, okay, this caused me discomfort. What is the counteracting color frequency? Because everything in the universe is color and sound vibration. So when I'm thinking about a color, and let's say I have some digestive issues and it just bothers me, so I ask what color frequency would make me feel and be my best there. And close my eyes, something comes up and envision it going right there. And after a few moments, I feel shift in my energy field. Even if you do not feel the shift right away because you're not practiced to work in this energy, it will do something for you. Try it out. Try out working with color frequencies and see what that does for you in your daily routines. What balances me out here? What balances me out there? Just play with it. Play with the color frequencies and what it could do for you in a day or in a dis-easement, in a disharmonious situation. Because it's natural. If we are living in harmony, we have less disease, dis-easement. Makes sense? Of course it makes sense. And so I can only heartily invite you to do some energy medicine on your own and on yourself and on your environment and on your plants and on your cats and dogs. Just ask, what does my suffering plant here needs? It might need some soil fertilizer or whatnot, but it might also be created by you putting your hand in there and let the frequency of color, what it needs, or the colors, what it needs, flow through and see what it does. Pay attention. Everything in the universe loves attention. Your body loves attention, your plants love attention, your animals love attention, your co-fellows love attention. But if you don't give yourself attention first, you have not much to share. Therefore, bring it in. Bring the divine energy from the energies up there into your body. Allow yourself to receive. And that brings me to another point. My guiding ones always say, tell your clients to ask for support. So why not in a disease, just open your hands to receive. God, Source, Prime Creator, or whoever you're praying to, I ask now to bring me that was good and right for me and let me air out the things I do not need any longer. And please heal this, heal that, or heal the other, what you need healing. And divine light or source or God or angels or whoever you work with, please help me to make it so and let me be receiving this divine design. Help me to come back to my perfect blueprint, which was meant to be. And you will see changes and shifts. With that, I bid you farewell. Till next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.